How's it going, folks? I thought I'd film a special harvest video. A few folks who are supporting us on the various different platforms. On the deck, we're going to be harvesting all the ginger from the pouches. There's one pouch that's had 2 seasons worth of growing, and I've tried not to harvest any of that, and a couple of pouches we've just been harvesting from as we need them. These gingers were planted out using some rhizome that I harvested in November last year. A little bit of a late harvest, but we do like to store our ginger in the soil. They were a little bit slow out of the gate, but they did eventually take off and leave us with this beautiful looking hedge of ginger. And as you can see, it's a glorious day. The mango tree is finally in flower, and we've been doing a little bit of work down the back just tidying up. But yeah, anyway, I'll stop nattering on and I'll give you a bit of a look at the ginger pouches. And there we have Mr. Jackie Boy keeping guard on the deck. And over here is the ginger. It's just been stacked up here because Jack, when he first came here, liked to dig through the pouches. So yeah, there shouldn't be any damage on them. I'm a little bit concerned that this heat that they're getting in this corner is going to make them sprout. So we'll bring this over. Here we go. That's one of them. That's another. So there's 4 all up. Now, some of the ginger is pretty dehydrated, just basically left in there far too long. But that's just the price you pay. Same thing happens if you winter it out in the patch. And that's pretty much it for that pouch. As you can see, it's very dry, very dusty. Just the best way for them to store, I've found, is not to keep it too moist. But obviously, it didn't do too well for this lot, and I dare say this is one that we've harvested a fair bit from, this pouch. Next pouch is going to be slightly better. Hey Jack. Yep, slightly better. I might just tip this one out. You're not allowed to run away with any of that. Leave. Leave. Thank you. He's learning leave, aren't you, slowly? Leave. I've got to be careful, otherwise I'm going to pour soil all over the fish downstairs. Oh yeah, this one here has started to shoot already. So we might save some of this for the other pouches I want to set up. But yeah, see this stuff here, nice and plump. The soil's just as dry, and it's kept really well, so I'd say we just harvested too much out of that other lot. So I won't make you sit through all of this. We'll speed it up a bit, hey? Feels like I'm giving a sea anemone a massage. But I think that's got most of the soil out. There's some in the centre there. That's all good. Right, there's a nice little harvest from that one there. I'll grab my scoop and get rid of this. Just quickly, for any of you folks who aren't aware, I do have a couple of ginger growing videos. That's one of my favourite plants to grow. For any of you folks who are newer to the channel and supporting us. So there'll be little links that'll pop up down below and on the screen there that you can follow to suss out those videos. Oh, hopefully not much will end up on the fish tank there. Now this one here, I think, might be a little bit, oops, on the lead there, might be a little bit like the other one. Oh no, it all seems fairly solid. Might actually just try and pour this into a pouch so I don't overflow the tray. Oh, very dusty. But there we go. That's a nice looking lot of ginger down in there. Let's see if we can keep all the soil in this pouch this time around. Yeah, the mother of this one, I'll just break it off. The mother for this one is pretty much all shriveling up. A little bit of life in this end. Nothing down below there. Oh, smells beautiful. Oh. And again, a couple of sprouts on these ones. Looks like they're about to bud up. And that's the mother for that one there, all crispy. So I think we may have just harvested too much from that other one because these ones are looking good. So they were the 3 pouches that were freshly planted. What are you chewing, Jack? I can hear crunch. Jack has found some bark. At least he's getting his roughage. Come on, buddy, move. Move your bum. Now this one here is the one that we let grow for 2 seasons. I did harvest a little bit out of it, but not a great deal. And as you can see, it's distorted the pouch, pushed out the side there, bit of a bulge out here as well. I might just try and tip out all the excess first, just to give you a bit of a look at how much ginger is in there. So that to me is one healthy looking lot of ginger. There are a couple of dried up sections which can be expected because it was in there for almost 2 years, seeing as we should be planting ginger out at this point in time now. Some more papery ones down there, and trying to keep this all separate, but I don't think it's going to happen. Let's try and loosen up this soil. Leave. Thank you. That's our ginger, not yours. Leave. Good boy. Yes, eat some dirt. Dude, no, don't. I was joking. Come on. Come on, Jack. Move, buddy. Good boy. Might be able to fold the pouch down. See if we can get it out that way. Circling like a shark. You're not getting any ginger. You ran away with sweet potatoes that I harvested the other day. Found them later half eaten, but at least he's eaten them. They're not going to waste. But as you can see down here, we've got some of those little energy store nodules on the roots that have made it all the way to the bottom, and you can see these ones here have deflated. So obviously they've, as I've let the soil dry out to preserve the ginger, they've taken some stores, but that one there is still nice and fat and solid. And try and get some of this soil off in chunks. So that way I can just put it in a pouch over here. I've just noticed there's a little pocket of what looks like the minerals, the rock minerals I put in there. I'm going to turn this over. There we go. That's one nice big harvested ginger from there. And you can probably see, like, there's a whole heap that is dried out and papery. But, you know, if you're leaving it in the ground and you're just harvesting it as you need it, obviously a lot of that stuff would have been harvested, the older stuff, because we have so much growing around, I didn't have to do that. So I wanted these guys to get as big as they could. Yeah, that one looks like last year's growth. It's drying out a little bit, but there's loads of good ginger still on there. Oh, look at this, bit of a monkey puzzle. And again, a little bit just at the end there, it's looking a bit manky. But I mean, for 2 pieces of ginger to grow all of this, you're pretty much all laughing if all you're using it for is a little bit in your cooking here and there. A couple of these pouches would be more than enough. So that's a beautiful, nice piece there. Shame that this dried out. There we go. There's pouch number 4. What I should probably do is show you the wicking pouch system we're going to let grow through this season, and then I'll come back to cleaning this up and we'll weigh it up. So this is the pouch, the wicking pouch we intend to let go again, and as you can see we've got rhizome all around the outside, none down there, oh, a little bit down in there, all around there starting to shoot again. And yeah, I'm thinking we're going to get a nice load of ginger out of this one if we let it go for another 12 months. Some in the center there, and again some of this will end up going rotten, but I'm not too concerned about that. What I'll end up doing is top dressing this with some of the rooster booster, and also I'm buying some more of those activated rock minerals, so I'll sprinkle them on top as well, and maybe just give it a quick cover with some mulch or something, and yeah, start hydrating again. It's basically just a very mossy root pouch that's sitting on top of some rocks in a tray, and we just fill it up down through the side there, and that water just wicks up through there. So yeah, it's very basic wicking tray, and just holds a lot more water than these little black ones there. They just aren't deep enough, and we can't really find any large enough for these larger pouches. But that's enough of that. I might throw all this onto a scale. So I think what we'll do here is we'll weigh this up in batches. And forgot to turn that on. Hopefully it's on grams. Yeah, there we go. So I'll weigh it up in batches and put it in the basket there. Excuse doggy. Most of this looks pretty clean. Take a few extra roots off. It'll just give us a rough idea anyway, how much is in there. And like I said, you know, it's a bit of a cheat really, because some of this stuff has grown for 2 seasons and some of the pouches have been continually harvested from, so. There we go. What will we call that? We'll call that, if that stops wobbling, we'll call that, here we go, I'll throw those 2 in. We'll call it 1.7 kilos. Yeah, 1.7 kilos. And the next lot, this Jack, and cheeky bugger. I saw that, matey. Yeah, this one's got some papery stuff on it. 300, 500. Oh, you can't have any, Jack. I'll break off that old bit. No. What do we say? No scabbing, dog. So there we go. There's 1.7 and we'll call that 1.4. Whoops. Pick that bit up before he finds it. Now the last lot. Snip all these roots off. I think he wants to give me a hand. Not too sure if he likes ginger, to tell you the truth. Or whether it might be a bit too spicy for him. So there we go, another 800. So well over 3 kilos of ginger. So I'm not complaining at all about that. Go downstairs and show the people the other ginger. Come on, out we go. So just down here in this weedy barrel, we have what looks like a volunteer carrot, other bits and pieces, some ginger. We've been harvesting from this side, but over here, underneath the purslane, we have a nice big section of ginger. This section here, we'll probably just let go as well and harvest as we need it, depending on what we do with all the other stuff up in the house. Like I said, about half of that will probably go to our friend who uses it daily, and yeah, so we'll probably progressively harvest from this and that pouch in the tray up on the deck. We also, over there, we have some of the Cambodian ginger. So this is why I don't like having the aquaponic system down here. This is all the potting mix that's come through, and you'll probably see some on the surface of the water as well. Hello, fish. And of course, it's all over the ground as well. Oh, and that's stage 1 of the guinea pig run. That's the run, and we're going to be cutting down that little box upstairs onto that. So there we go. So I'll give you a bit of a look at the fish there. So I do hope you've enjoyed that ginger harvest video, folks. For anyone else who sees this on YouTube, if I post it, I do hope you've enjoyed it as well. The supporters have probably got a little bit of a longer look than you folks, but yeah, I do like to give them something a little bit extra. These fish look really hungry, don't they? Save them eating the potting mix, they can have some pellets, hey? So yeah, I will pretty much leave it there, folks. I do hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will catch you hopefully next week, supporters, and maybe the week after next, everyone else in YouTube land. Oh, by the way, I've got a Rumble account now, so if you're into Rumble, I've got quite a few people subscribing over there, so you can jump on over to Rumble and find me under Rob's Aquaponics. So there we go. Hope you're all having a top one, and the fish and I and Jack will catch you later. Cheers all. Happy growing.